Yes, the E36 is back from paint. We got the engine in it, and now it's time to do a whole engine swap. Even though this is a OEM swap, it's still a lot of work. Not only are we turboing this thing with all the supporting mods, but we also are fully M3 converting underneath. And then, of course, it's right-hand drive, so that's all different. We're deleting the ABS. We got a list, but to start it off, I want to do the thing I'm dreading most right off the rip, so it's smooth sailing from here, and that is deal with the wiring. So we have to take the harness, and we basically have to flip-flop it inside this piece right here, just because it's right-hand drive and things just don't line up the same. And then we have this cave of wiring. If you guys remember, we literally shoved the whole chassis harness in there, along with a whole fuse box. We're going to have to pull all that out, probably retape a lot of it, and then repin this entire fuse block. But instead of crying about it, I'm just gonna jump right into it and hopefully not scratch all our fresh paint. All right, I remember there being a lot of stuff in there, but I don't remember it being this ridiculous. This is a point where a lot of people would start to have a panic attack because, I mean, look at it. It's super overwhelming. There is just so much going on. It's just ridiculous. But it's really, really not that bad. So basically all we have to do now is take each one of these pieces and click it back into this fuse block right here. If you can see, everything's grooved, so it all just kind of clicks into place. Luckily, I was smart enough to take photos of it before I took it apart, so I know where everything goes. So all we have to do is just make sure nothing binds up and it just kind of sits nice and comfy. So I mean, wish me luck. All right, so as far as the chassis wiring goes, this was it right here. I mean, we have this whole harness right here, but we don't need that to actually get the engine to run, so we'll worry about that later on. So now it's on to the engine harness, which honestly isn't too bad. Some of the stuff actually already lines up. Well, most of it actually. The only thing that doesn't really line up is the ECU connector, which of course has to be the bulkiest one. What we're gonna do is we're gonna open this shell up. We're gonna basically flip everything over, retape it up, and just all right, so just like I think every time I touch a car, things got a little out of hand. Originally, I was anticipating taking this harness and just flopping it over, but as I took it apart, I learned a few things about the harness that I think is gonna work out in our favor pretty damn well. And this is actually where I leave it to DJ. This is all you. You got this? Yeah. Okay. I told you I'd do it. All right. I'm thinking we could actually simplify this a little bit and actually get rid of this plastic piece in general. First thing I noticed was the power cable. The main power cable actually isn't really attached to anything. What this does is it connects the battery, which this goes to the battery, to the starter, to the chassis. And we can actually route this in a way cleaner way by kind of just like tucking it underneath. So we'll do that. And then we have this data link connector right here, which is, it's kind of like an OBD1 scanner port. So this thing is literally useless, at least to us, since we're running a standalone ECU. If you're on a stock ECU, you might want to keep it, but since we're on a standalone, literally useless. And then we have spots where we just have to, you know, power the harness and then add a ground to the harness. That's easy. Take them out, and then we can kind of root it all together, tape it all up. We can get rid of this plastic piece entirely, and we can actually run this thing a lot cleaner and a lot tighter. So let's just hop back on the time lapse. I'm gonna get to work. Well, I just broke that. So yeah, we're not gonna use that. So I'm gonna start doing some cutting, some taping, and after this time lapse, this thing should look pretty mint. All right, DJ, what do you think?
I think I did a good job.
Honestly, like, everything just looks so much smaller, which is really nice. Like, this harness now looks puny. This is now the entire engine harness without that big bulky plastic piece right there, and I think there's pieces of it somewhere else. But so we have the ECU connector and the fuses shoved into the ECU port. This will sit like that on the firewall, and then we have the chassis connect, which is literally right there, and literally that's it. That's good. Everything else is gonna be tucked underneath the intake, and you'll never see it. So it looks a little clustered right now with the intake on, but once we put the intake on, you won't see any of it. So I'm pretty excited. So I think it's about time we can actually get the intake on the thing, which is like a huge step. This is an M50 intake. I know when I got the engine, everyone was like, get an M50 intake. It has one. So this is like supposed to be the best intake manifold out of all the E36 engines. It just makes the most power, basically because that's some fat long runners on it, but I have one, so don't worry.
So that's the intake.
This is the intake to have.
Okay.
It's not like they're rare or anything, you know. It's just like
it's just a common thing.
It's just a thing to do.
That's sick.
And just like that, it hides all our bullshit. Right? When in doubt, stuff it under the intake. That's usually my go-to move.
That looks so clean.
Right? Doesn't that look sick?
That looks so clean. That's so nice. You could just talk.
And it's nice because I'm not trying to do a base shave here. I'm just trying to make it look
just
clean.
simplify it.
Simplify it, and like keeping the OEM fuse box. Like the harness will have a cover on it. Like it's not bad, right?
It looks really good.
Mark II content here, B?
Nah, dude, don't film this stuff. They don't want to see that. This doesn't fit.
Spit on it.
No.
You'd be surprised when a little spit gets. Try.
Yeah, trust.
Well, here's your Mark II content for the day.
You're welcome, guys. More VW action coming at you.
All right, let's get back to. No, we're gonna have a whole ass day on this thing shortly. Don't worry, dude. First test drive, next 3 weeks. That's a good deadline.
Really? That'd be dope.
3 weeks. Test drive. I don't care if it's limping. It's gonna happen. So I had Bobby paint this piece too, just so everything was all fresh. Yo, does this look extra red to you?
That's a different shade of red, I think.
No, look at it. Matches perfectly. This thing's gonna look so complete by just putting this in there. Okay. Oh man. I gave RJ my gradative rackets and he sold his car.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Gotta make S13 ones work.
All right, so to get the intercooler mounted up, we actually had to throw the bumper beam back on. It looks kind of ugly, but it's a good cost.
I don't think it looks that ugly.
You don't think it looks that ugly?
Nah.
Yeah, it's kind of ugly. But dude, this thing looks, oh, it looks so good. All right, let's throw this thing on there.
Wait.
Intercooler mounted by 2 points makes it too floppy. So we're gonna have to mount it on the top two, but for now, let's just throw the piping in so it holds it in place and we'll get to that later on. Sound good, B? Huh?
Sounds sick.
Look, that thing looks really good.
It really does.
I'm so jealous you have a yellow car before me, but I can't get mad because it looks so good.
It looks really good.
Yo, do you guys remember that blue S14 that we worked on so much last season?
The rough one.
This is the same car. B just painted this.
Up close?
Hit him with the zoom.
Nice.
Say hi, Josh. Look at, dude, that looks, in the blue, like, kind of works.
It works.
Yo, it looks so good. I love yellow cars.
You gotta get the walk around though.
What up, Josh?
What's up?
Are you stoked on it?
I'm stoked to even say so.
They did a really good job with this paint. He made me really nervous.
Yo, why does that S14 look so good now?
It does look
Isn't that
good.
crazy?
I can't
so
believe it's
hyped.
the same car.
None of us believe it's the same car.
Having technical difficulties?
It's just tight, which is not a bad thing. Look at this piece.
That shit
Dude,
looks
this
good.
is so exciting.
That looks really good. Oh.
Okay. Oh my god. Dude, this is so crazy right now, just seeing this so complete.
You like it?
Dude, I'm freaking out in like the best way possible.
I haven't seen you hyped on a car like this in like, like
dude,
a
you're
long
so sick
time.
this is.
I know. It's been a long time.
The purple like kind of works.
It kind of does work, but I feel like it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. We're just gonna continue on and just see where it takes us. Oh, dude, this is crazy. This is real crazy. All right, so DJ just brought it up. So in the last video, I would say half the comments were about the downpipe on the tower.
Oh, no
and
way.
A lot of guys were, and I got a lot of DMs about it, trust me. And a lot of guys were talking to me as if I've never heard of heat wrap before. And yes, we thought about heat wrapping it. I mean, it's very obvious.
Heat wrapping will ruin the paint faster than the heat from that downpipe will.
So the whole thing is the heat wrap is thick stuff and it's close to the tower. So if we heat wrap it, the heat wrap is actually going to physically touch the tower, which will then rub the paint off.
Yeah.
This, we might discolor the paint in slight areas, and that's about it. And if I had to pick between the two, I'd rather have some slight discoloration. But there is other options to preventing the paint from being damaged. And we have a bunch of gold tape that we got sent by Funk Motorsports, so we could always gold tape some areas. Or they do sell some high-end clear wraps that we could do.
But realistically, like, so this paint, even if it gets discolored, I think that'd be like the extent of the damage. Yeah. It's not gonna be anywhere hot enough where it's gonna be flaking off or anything like that. And if it does, probably should move the downpipe anyways.
Character.
But either way, I think,
trust me, guys, we thought about it, and we appreciate your concern like heavily, but we trust. You know, I get a little upset sometimes because sometimes I feel like people think we don't think, but you know, like
I think you're stupid.
We're big thinkers down here, if you know.
we try to be.
We try to be.
Where you at, Jimmy?
Oh shit!
It looks good, dude. It looks really good. It like came together faster than I thought. The wiring was a lot quicker than I thought too, but it's pretty plumbed up. So make another mount for the intercooler, which is super easy. I had to order hoses for the cooling system. I didn't realize I didn't have any, so I just put those on Amazon Prime, baby. Get those things today. And then the next big thing is the fuel system. Tomorrow we'll be doing that. I have a whole D-work package for this thing. I want to put this thing on ethanol, so we're gonna have a flex fuel and everything. We'll do all that, and then realistically put some fluids in it and run the vacuum lines, and it could start, which is crazy to think about. I just boom, you know, it's like done. So because we don't need coolant to start it, so that's pretty crazy to think about. What do you think, B? I mean, to get the thing to drive is a whole different story, but to get it to start, we're not too far away from that one.
It's like when we put the S13 together for the second time. It's so shiny and nice and clean.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm so happy with it. Like like I said, I'm not trying to like tuck or shave anything. If I was, I'd put this in the car, put that in the car, but it just came out so simply and beautiful. So I'm really happy about it.
Props to BMW for doing half the work.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, they factory tuck themselves. So I think today was pretty good progress. What do you think, B?
Yeah, no, you did a good job. I mean, you say you weren't trying to tuck anything, but
it worked out. Now the only
you did some finagling.
That's just like I just do that subconsciously now. But the only thing now, I do need a right-hand drive ECU cover. I was an idiot, and when I gave my old motorway, I gave the harness away with it, and of course it had that on there.
I didn't even think about it.
I didn't even think about it, and now that was like a year and a half ago, and it's long
I remember like thinking about it later on and been like, damn, what's that kid gonna do with a right-hand drive harness anyways?
Yeah, exactly. So if anyone like can get that or has the part number for me, I mean, send it to the PO box.
International subs.
I got a fan.
Need you.
We need you. We're gonna get like 7 of them. But honestly, though, if someone can get that, hit me up on Instagram. That'd be really, really cool.
Or hit me up.
Yeah, or hit Brian up. That'd be cool. So there we go. That's it for today, and hopefully this thing will be running in just a few days. And of course, Saturday is a first shift event, so I have to give the E30 some attention this week. But she good. She need an oil change. Yeah, maybe a tie rod or two. So I think we're gonna end it there. So hope you guys like today's content. So you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. And B, we'll see you next time. Peace.
I'm cold-hearted and broke, I cold-started and choke. I grow part with my soul, the vote harder to grow. I know why, hey, I know why, hey, yeah. I'm cold-hearted and broke, I cold-started and choke. I grow part with my soul, the vote harder to grow. I know why.